Yo, what is up, dudes and dudettes? This is Jimmy here. You know that if you want to have the same masculine gain like Jimmy, look at his strong biceps. All you have to do is just be a diamond hand and buy and hold like a champ. Finally, guys, I got a chance to host a whole video today. I escaped, boys and girls, I escaped. While DD was spotting some hotties on the street, I finally escaped and finally can host this video. Boys, let's look at MMAT today. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that beautiful morning order right there. And you know what? We have 2 straight green days in a row. Are we gonna see 4? Are we gonna see 5? Are we gonna see a week green days? Guys, nobody cares about the difference of earning delay. All you have to do is just buy and hold like diamond hands. Ape together. We're strong. We're strong. All right now, buddy. All right now, Jimmy. Go back to your little room here. Guys, I apologize for Jimmy. I know he's a little bit childish and everything, but sometimes, you know, I look out the window and I see some hotties downstairs and I'm like, oh my god, I could go say hi to her, you know? So then I forgot to, you know, leave my doors locked and everything, and he just jumps out accidentally. I'm so sorry. I mean, my neighbors have been complaining that this guy just being too hyped. I was like, who are you talking about? Oh my god, it's Jimmy. Jimmy, like, literally, like, wake up in the middle of the night and start, like, shouting, buy and hold in front of that mirror, like in the bathroom over there, you see? And I was like, oh my god, what is wrong with you, Jimmy? You see, keeping Eddie in line is already enough, and now we have a Jimmy, guys. Ah, dang it. But anyways, guys, it's a pretty good start for this week. And you know, Jimmy's talked about his opinion on MMAT. I talked about MMAT in the previous video, so I'm just gonna cover what are some winning trades this week, okay? So or more like, what are some winning trades so far this week? You see what I said here, because I have 2 other trades in mind right now. So last Friday, we were having a casual chat on a phone with number 2, and I sent him a screenshot of what I bought, and he's like, why would you buy into TEDU? I was like, well, because I think the privatization deals is gonna be, you know, going through, and it's dirt cheap right now. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. The other day it dropped to like 1.25, and then, you know, it keep dropping and everything, and people doesn't seem to understand. TEDU actually isn't really a K-12 tutoring company. I mean, they did enter the space, but they're more like a IT tutoring or like a professional tutoring company that makes most of their revenues from. And if you like do the math of all of these, how much revenue they're making, how much profit they're making, and you do the outstanding share and do earning per share and do all of the calculations, even just the basic ones, right? Even just a basic return on capital or return on investment, you will realize that it's just literally impossible. Like, there's no way the stock is like worth $1.2 or $2.5. It worth at least about $2.5. And in earlier this year, later last year, there's a privatization deal coming through with EDU and TEDU, right? So then basically EDU and TEDU CEO is going to take this company public, take this company private for $4 per share. And I read through the entire SEC document. I was like, this might be a very interesting trade. And guess what? I bought in here. About 1.25, only like 100 shares, and beforehand, like when I look at the SEC file, I also added around like the dropping point here. Remember the day where, you know, Uncle Shi snaps his fingers. Also, keep tuned for the Uncle Shi video. There's gonna be some detailed DD on GOTU and from on EDU, and just the entire outlooks of how this tech, quote unquote tech breakdown, because the media doesn't understand what they're talking about. So you see all of these drag downs, I slowly added positions, and then I added a bunch of positions last Friday, and then number 2 was very surprised that I did that. So because, you know, his understanding is like similar to me in terms of like a institutional look on this, is like, oh, there's no such thing as bottom of a drop, right? I said yes, but I said I do see at least 30% upside. And then guess what? On Monday we have a 50% up, and I sold half a position and buy back a bunch of them today too, because I honestly think the price target for me is around 3.5, even $4 and I think the privatization deal is actually going to go through. So this is one of the big winning trades. 50%, I think it's pretty okay, you know, not really like 100% a day like MMT, not MMT, like AMC before. But hey, this is a pretty, you know, I think it's a pretty good trade. And I think, you know, to be honest, if I can trade options on this, I'm probably going to leverage a little bit even more. But hey, you cannot trade options on this, so what a shame, right? So another winning trade today actually just happened this morning. So we have FULC. Wow, it went up to $22. I exited at $14 on stream. So for those of you who were watching my stream, hey, I know. DD sometimes you cannot really make every penny, but you know, as long as we are making profit, we're okay. So as I told everyone on stream, what really happened. So basically, DD bought into the stock around. DD bought into the stock around this point. So let me put my pen out. G Inc. I've been always following the stock, not because of the therapeutic stuff that they're doing, but because of a lot of insider trading stuff going on. Not really insider trading, just insiders buying and selling and stuff. And then when the stock reaches around my price line, which is around like $7.50-ish, somewhere around like $7. At one point, the stock reaches like below $7. So what I did is when it rendered the below $7, I bought two calls for $10. Call August 20th, and over here I added. And at this point, actually, I entered a small position and I added here and I added here. So my average wiggled around $7.5. So today around 14 or 14.20-ish, I exited. So in total, this trade because my liquidity are tight, I only have 30 shares in there, and then I made around $7, maybe $6. So let's just do $6. So I made $180 profit by just exiting here. I know a lot of you why don't you exit around 22 or whatever, because you can't really foresee it, and I think it's pretty much overextended right now. Even though with a bunch of insiders who are just acquiring their options around where I entered, right? That means that probably in the next few months there's not going to be any downside for me. But I'd rather get the liquidity out and play around with Hood maybe a little bit. And I also spotted some really juicy trade for potentially the end of this week. And you guys know that I want to add some shares on Fisker, more open a position on Fisker. So I want some money set aside, even just couple of $100, because every $100 matters, right? And then if my plays, if scenario 2 and 3 works out on MMAT, then I can also free out some of my cash tied in there. But my main position won't really change on MMAT. I'll talk about the strategy later or on Patreon or something. So that's $180 just by that trade, and also 2 calls. And then on stream, I did the calculation. So on the 2 calls that I bought, when it exited around $14, I made about $140 per call. So two calls, 280, and if you add it up, 6 for about $500 right there. And I can cover some of the expenses I've been having this month, the eating expenses and everything, and set some aside. Also added a little bit oil with that. So pretty successful trade, this one. And on stream, just for you guys who missed the stream, on stream we also talk about AEI, my reasoning for entering AEI, and shout out to Charles who believe in me, and thank you so much for anyone who also watched my stream and added some position over here. Not really thank you, it's more hey, maybe I did you guys a favor. Nah, I'm sorry, I'm not cocky like that. It's just I'm not a financial advisor. We're not financial advisor. We do not give financial advice. Therefore, everything we say on this channel is for shits and giggles, right? So then what we did the other day with Charles is I think we entered around here. So Charles average is on $2.2. Don't worry, we're coming back for you. And over the next few days, I added more position over here. So my average is around 2.02 right now. So I see an upside for this stock. Why? Because their earnings is close and they had a contract with Tesla. From that contract from Tesla, they got even more contracts. And then what happens is with the labor shortage and construction shortage, because what they do is they install solar panels for other people, right? Or similar work like that. You guys can do detailed due diligence on this one. I don't want to get in depth into it. They get more and more more and more clients, and when they have more and more clients, they realize that their scalability is facing a problem. This is why they did a stock offering. So then it triggers sort of like a massive drop down, which I think in terms of standard dilution and everything is overplay. So around $2.2, you already have a 9% to a 6 to 9% upside, and plus now you drag on to this point by earnings. If we see any good news, buckle up and skyrocket. Okay. Another stock we talked about on stream is we're like, what happened to HMLP, right? HMLP is a very interesting scenario where you have the gas, the gas price, everything like decreasing over the past few days, and then it rebounded a little bit because I told you guys, at $70 or more like 69 something, 71.04 I think. I don't remember what I said on stream, but that's the definitive number. So as the oil crew vitality start to increase its IV, a lot of like these oil related company is gonna trying to either transition or they're trying to do something about it. So I think what happens here, this is what we confirmed, right? So on this day, what we happens is they cut their dividend by 98%, and then everybody just started massive selling the stock, and then we see a sort of like a temporary entry point. So then on stream we're like, whoever I'm gonna enter, right? So we entered here, I think either this or 6.12, something around these lines. And over the past few days or week, I started averaging down. So right now my average, I think, is $5.20 maybe. I might even buy more because their earnings are later this month, and I see a capital structure change in this company, and you have to consider that this company is making significant more revenue in terms of multiplier. If you do the outstanding share and everything, it really worth more than $5.2 or worth more than the current stock price. So for me, if I have liquidity, I will just trade some options and I will wait a little bit and buy earnings if they say, oh, we're gonna slowly increase our dividend, or just keep the dividend that way and talk about like what they're doing with their restructuring and how's everything doing, and even they boosted up their revenue. Hey, it's gonna take a flight. And as I did calculation the other day on the stream, I think this stock's upside is also around 9.9%. So 10% to 9% up point from where we entered around here. All right. I think these are the winning trades. I think there are other winning trades, like a lot of winning trades like Hoegh and other things. And also I played with some Chinese company that you guys don't really know about. I also played a little bit with Tesla. I also played a little bit with Fisker, but I didn't really bought into the Fisker sort of aftermarket on that increase. I think that's expected, but this week, no, Fisker wasn't for this week. Fisker was from weeks ago. It was actually literally from weeks ago. And I saw Catalyst and bought in. I made some percentage. But for this week, Fisker, I plan to add it later. And Neo's earning day is coming up, so probably gonna gamble a little bit for that one on options. And also this week's made some money on like $1 or like $1.50, $1.70 on PRTR. Palantir, if you guys don't know, also made some money on other things like crude oil rebound, a COP, and other trades, just like very small positions. You like made about $50, $20, sometimes like $120, like 20% or blah. I know you guys just want to be rich like the second day, so I'm not gonna cover like small winning positions, like 5% wins like on day, or like 12% win on day on like only like 10 shares of stuff. I'm not gonna cover that. So I'm just gonna talk about like the big winning trades, right? 50%, those two 50%, we all bought in like a day before. I mean, I did have previous positions on these things, but on massive position on the day before and traded some options. All right, if you guys haven't liked this video, just go smash the like button. If you haven't subbed, go sub to the channel, because these contents are, a lot of people don't really talk about these trades, but I do. Not to just telling you guys, oh, I'm right all along, but I'm just saying like, here's some logics behind it and why I did it. And we're also not financial advisors. We do not give financial advice, therefore you should invest at your own risk. Alright, see you guys on the upside.